It's going to do the thing.
Oh,
yay!
yay!
Yay! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our weekly American Horror Story Apocalypse Season 8 discussion and theory.
Ooh.
Let us know if you guys got notifications. We actually scheduled this live stream this week for this time. You should have gotten a notification maybe like 20 minutes ago, letting you know that we were going to be live. So let us know if that worked for you. Let's just dive right in, shall we?
I'm so ready to shall because we went back to where it all began, the murder house.
Return to Murder House. That is literally
oh
the
my
title
goodness.
of this episode.
I was so excited to return there,
Me
knowing that
too.
like Constance is going to be there and just see some of my old friends. It's been so long. It's been so long.
So we start off with Madison and Behold. They are buying the murder house, and they
buy the murder house to start their families. Madison says
it's very funny because they're acting like they're a couple, and he's like, "Girl, you think you've had a hard day? I had to put on khakis," and it was pretty comical. It started off pretty funny.
Yeah.
They say a spell to let them sort of like in, and then they can see all of the ghosts there, and we get to see Tate, my favorite character from all the seasons.
I feel like it's just so funny to kind of like, we go back after, I don't even know how many years, and they're just still doing the same thing. Ben is still just kind of like,
doing therapy sessions and masturbating while he's crying.
It happens. I do it all the day.
It was very a nostalgic episode if you liked season one. You really felt like you were taken back to season one.
Yeah, it was really cool to really kind of like delve back into the murder house and see how like even the people there, like their relationships were kind of like still growing, even though Tate and Violet were not cool together.
Right.
Violet still hated him for obvious reasons. Raping your mother and doing a school shooting is not that great.
It's not attractive.
Yes.
And then Billy Dean Howard shows up. The medium.
The medium, played by Sarah Paulson.
Yes.
Who also directed this episode. Oh, it was so good.
She shows up and she's like, "Oh, I know you're a witch," to Madison.
Oh, I love that little kind of like commentary though. It's just like, where it's kind of like, "Oh, you're Madison Montgomery." It's kind of like, "Oh, you must know me." It's like, "No, I know."
You've seen me in my movies.
I know all the other Montgomerys because actually, like, your great-great-grandfather, like, built and bought this house, and he did some great things here.
Fun little history.
Yeah,
there.
so it's just really funny, kind of like seeing Madison in like her old grandparents' house in a way, but I don't even think she knew that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And then Jessica Lange.
Oh my goodness.
Constance is back.
Oh my
girl.
Jessica.
Girl. She had an awesome intro, by the way. I'm Constance Langdon, and this is my fucking house.
Oh my God.
Like,
I missed her so much. I missed the sass. I missed just like her
she
presence.
Looks gorgeous as always. Like,
oh
she's
my
just,
God.
Oh my gosh.
So good to see Jessica Lange. Bring her back. We want her
all the time.
I want
her. She tells them that she's willing to provide information on Michael. So she's willing to spill the tea if she gets something in return.
But
she doesn't do it for free.
She don't spill the tea for free. You just can't do that.
In exchange, Madison and Behold get rid of Moira, the maid, for Constance. She wants her gone because she hates her. Moira, though, is a beautiful scene. She gets to sort of, they dig up her bones for her and bury it with her mother.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Thank you so much." She gets to go into the afterlife and be with her mom, the only place she really wants to be. And it's a very beautiful, beautiful scene.
The little send-off. In this whole episode, really seemed kind of like try to tie bows together with the murder house.
They tried to tie the loose ends. It really gave some closure from season one.
Yeah. I always felt really bad for Moira. It's so like it wasn't her fault.
Yeah, Moira. Yeah, I'm glad that she got to do that.
Yeah.
So Tate was confirmed to be the father of Michael, but it's still a little up for debate.
Well, Vivian is still his mother, Well, I think when she spilled the tea and Constance is kind of like, the baby was born in this house, but his mother's died, and his dad's dead, which is my son, so I'm picking the grandma, so I'm going to take him in. Yeah. And then when she starts taking him in, some weird stuff starts happening.
By the way, though, like, she keeps this baby in a crib in a closet full of mirrors surrounding him.
Oh, wait, but do you remember what that was for?
No.
Oh, my God. In Murder House, Addie, her other daughter, who was Down syndrome, but
she had Down syndrome.
Yeah, she Jessica Lange, Constance would throw her in that mirror, like throw in that room of mirrors, super sad, and be kind of like, "You'll never be a pretty girl."
So why'd you put the baby in there?
Because it's pretty much like just enclosed and just like people might be out looking for the baby because kind of like, okay, she was pregnant and she died with her kids,
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty, I don't know, like the broken mirrors in there. I don't know if that was there.
That was Addie. Addie put some mirrors. Okay. I mean, we actually saw like in the last episode of Murder House, you see her bring the baby there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have forgotten about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go on. Like Michael, the little baby Michael was like killing things.
Oh, even from like freaking in the crib, he's just like plucking the flies out and tearing them apart. Normal baby activities. Just like
killing insects and then like
moving on to small animals. Which
he killed his babysitter when he was a toddler.
You know what? She must have said something.
She's like, oh my God. And Constance is just like, oh my God, okay.
Well, this is fun. And then he starts bringing her gifts. Like a cat.
Like a cat. Here's dead rats for you, mother. It's like they really were gifts for her. And that's probably why she didn't really do anything about it. And
I think she knew right away, kind of like, this kid's gonna be like
a serial killer.
So, interesting.
She didn't really know what to do about it. And then Michael just ages like 10 years overnight, and she's
my
like,
goodness.
"What the hell?" But it was kind of explained why he did. Like something wanted him to be grown so he could get the move on with something.
Yeah, he had to grow up so fast to actually get there in time.
Yes.
You know, he was kind of like he was running late a little bit, and all of a sudden
they're just like
caught up with himself.
Grow up.
And that's when she knew that kind of like, this kid ain't right. You know, he did give me this beautiful flower garden that I built.
Yeah, everything that he would kill, she would bury and grow it into a rose bush to sort of like make right the things that he made wrong.
I mean, I really like how like Sarah Paulson kind of like did those shots. Kind of like when you first see the backyard, just one bush, and then throughout it starts growing. And growing.
She's like surrounded by rose bushes. Like, wow, this kid is just killing everything.
She's kind of like, and I'm starting to get tired of the smell of flowers, and I love roses. You know,
it's just like such a beautiful garden, and then just the meaning behind it is death.
Yeah.
And then Michael tries to strangle Constance in her sleep, and she's like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "You're not gonna tell me what to do." And then he kind of like comes out of his trance, and he realizes what he was doing, and he's like, "This look of shock." Great acting, by the way.
Yeah.
Cody is the actor.
Cody Fern.
And he starts crying and asks for like a glass of water. And I think Constance sort of realizes that like she's failed him. She can't fix him.
You can't fix a mess that was broken to begin with a little bit, you know? Like he just, I just think it's crazy that like she's just kind of like he's choking her. It's just like, yeah, sure, you go get a glass of water.
Have a glass of water, not sure. Can I? It's like she corrects his grammar. And then she even says like, I really think that he would have killed me. So I just went and took a bunch of pills and, you know,
drank my Crown Royale. I had a party. She had a party by herself.
She danced a little bit and committed suicide in the house. So she stayed there. And so that allowed her to see her dead children that were in the house.
Which was Tate and I believe Bo and a little girl who had like no eyes.
Everyone except for Addie. She was able to sort of
because Addie didn't die in the house.
Right.
So.
And I think it was also just to give her a little bit of control over the situation. You're not going to take my life. I'm going to control when and where that happens.
Oh, I just love that whole like little scene where I kind of puts on the record player and it's kind of like, you know what? No man's ever told me exactly who I might want to do. You know, just a Crown Royale with a chaser funeral. It's fine.
And then just the with Ben, the masturbating scenes with him by the window crying, just like really bring it back to like season 1. Like, oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, he did that.
Oh my gosh.
That's his curse. He's gonna do that every day.
But like after she dies, Michael is like, oh my God, my grandma's gone. And he like took that really, really hard. So Ben sort of stood up as a father figure to him and realized he's really smart and really fun to be around.
He's like brilliant.
They're playing games and stuff. And then Michael kills these tenants that move into the house, this like lesbian couple. He kills them, and then Ben's like, whoa, like, what do you do? And now they're going to be stuck here forever. And then he burns their body, their soul, like, their souls.
Like, your soul is just, like, not even existing
You don't
anymore.
even exist. You don't get an afterlife. You're not stuck in the murder house. You're just gone. And that's when Ben's kind of like, okay, peace out. Like, that was fun, I guess, but you're a little much. And then Vivian shows up. Oh, and Vivian. She's still mad at Ben. And she was terrified of Michael and hates him. And,
well, she kind of like just thought that kind of like, okay, this kid's a little weird. This kid's a little off. This is kind of like some sort of joke. Like, it's not really.
Well, she kind of knows that like, no. Ben wasn't the father. Tate wasn't the father. Something from pure evil birthed that child. And like, she died during childbirth for him. And then, okay, so Mead appears. We get to see like
Bates.
How he met her. And she's with 2 other Satan worshipers, like the Black Bishop or somebody. They come to the murder house for Michael because he is the Antichrist.
Well, because like after Constance dies and after I think Ben kind of like gives up hope on him, he starts doing all these crazy, like it would be really hot in the house and all these like murder, you know, this crow of murder, you know, a bunch of crows is called a murder. So, and then people start seeing these signs and kind of like, this must be the man. This must be the house. Let's go knock on their door.
And by the way, one of the Satan worshipers was Pepper.
Oh, yes. If you did not see that.
From Free Show.
I forget her first name, but something Grossman, I believe.
She was the girl Satan worshiper.
Mm-hmm.
And so they tell Michael that he's the chosen one. So I don't think he is the devil. And then our theory was correct that he wasn't the devil, but just the spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
And Mead picks up a hitchhiker to sort of sacrifice for Michael, do this like whole ritual where they cut out her heart and he eats it. And then you see like the shadow of a demon or Satan himself behind Michael. And they're just like, yes, you are the chosen one. And he says, Father, I'm with you now.
Oh my
so
goodness.
he is the son of Satan.
You know,
Like, that's what it's implying greatly.
Seems like fixing that cat in the cradle situation, so it's okay.
And Vivian sort of admits that she has tried to kill Michael. Or no, she didn't admit it. She tried to in this episode.
She tried. She kind of like knew, kind of like right after this real weird ritual where he has like eat the beating heart, kind of like this kid might not be the best for society and the world. I don't think this is going to
help anybody.
So you know what? I'm going to kind of like creep with a knife, like I'm human, but even though I'm a ghost, so I'm going to kind of like creep inside here. He's got no idea.
I'm going to slit his throat. And then Michael's just like, boom, sets her on fire. Tate comes out of nowhere, puts her out, saves her.
Yeah.
And Michael is basically there to sort of take over the world. He was born from the evil in the house to take over everything.
I mean, like right after Vivian got up, you know, went up in flames and Tate pretty much put her out, he was just gone. That was the last time.
That's the last time they saw him. And so Madison and Behold sort of hear all this information from all the different ghosts.
And Madison wants to dip. She's like, oh, we're not staying here.
We're out of here. I got to go tell Cordelia this is fucked up. And then before she leaves, she does help, what's her name? Violet.
Because Violet's still really mad at Tate, which is kind of like.
She's crying all the time, just like season 1. So she kind of helps them like mend the relationship. Madison shows her.
Like fairy dust.
Yeah, she does a spell and she shows her that Tate saved her mother from damnation.
And maybe all the evil that was in Tate went into Michael.
Yeah, and it's interesting that like Tate's reaction to Michael wanted to be just like his dad. And he was like going through his stuff. And in this episode, Tate goes, stop going through my stuff. I don't like you. Like, you're no son of mine. Nothing. You did not come from my nutsack.
I just want to be just like your daddy.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. Like, I think Michael's one of my favorite characters. And like just seeing his backstory and development into who he became.
Well, it's just this character is so much different levels. Like he has this evilness inside of him, but he knows right away that it's wrong, you know? And I think.
And he could have sort of been steered in the right direction had the right people stuck around, I think.
I mean, I'm not even sure he could. I mean, he was just like killing things at a young age and he like choked his grandma and like.
But he was sort of under a trance. And then when he came out of it, he was very upset.
Yeah, but like even those trance kind of like, you just never know when this is going to happen.
Yeah, but I don't think it's fully under his control. There's something else sort of like driving him. So are there any theories that you had?
Well, I knew that pretty much Constance would be dead. You know?
Yeah.
Like
what about the daughter? So there's this little like little girl with like her eyes are gone and she's like, Mommy, and she's like, oh, my family calls, and she is that her daughter?
I mean, because Constance already said back in season 1 that she had 4 children. And we all know that kind of gets Tate, Addie, Bo, and we actually never know who the other one was.
Emily.
But she did call her Emily at one point. So that really makes me think kind of like, does American Horror Stories kind of just like regenerate names again? Because Emily was the name of the girl from the beginning of this episode, from the beginning of the season. If you remember those 2 special people, the guy and the girl with the special DNA, her name was Emily. So
the 2 people that got killed.
Yeah. And I'm not really sure if that
that was one of our previous theories, was that she might have been her daughter.
Yeah, like even
like she was alive because Jessica Lange said that she had run away. And I don't know if this little girl is just a member of the household that was there before they even got there, and she sort of adopted her as like one of her children, or like. I mean,
also it's kind of interesting too that kind of like we never saw Emily at all in the original season of the Murder House. This is kind of like
who is this random little girl?
I mean, could it really be like, could this little girl have just died like even years ago, and Constance kind of like took her on as a daughter, thinking that was.
But what is the significance of adding that character in there?
I mean, maybe it was just a mistake in the writing room a little bit, forgetting that kind of like they say that Emily ran away.
I don't think so, though.
I mean, maybe it's just kind of it's supposed to kind of really throw us off, like a red herring.
Maybe it's a red herring.
I mean, but I think it's just very interesting that kind of like that's. Well, also, we never saw the little girl Emily. Like, why did she disappear now? Kind of like when Constance is a ghost, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because they're able to hide themselves even from each other.
I don't really have theories from this episode. I just have more questions.
Yeah, I mean, the next episode is called Traitor. And if you should follow all the stars of the show, because they always post kind of like pictures of the sets. And so there was a picture that Sarah Paulson posted like a couple weeks ago, and it's 2 stakes in the background of like burned witches and Michael and Cordelia there. So,
who are those 2 people in the background that were burned, and who's the traitor?
Yeah, well, maybe the traitors could even be part of the Warlocks, going kind of like
it could be.
Once Madison and Behold go back and be like, "Hey guys, this is the truth," and then maybe the other guys are kind of like, "No, we're still gonna fight for this guy because he's our man," you know.
So maybe Behold is the traitor.
I don't think maybe Behold's the traitor.
To the Warlock people.
I mean, maybe the other Warlocks are going to be traitors to the Supreme of the Coven.
Maybe. I don't know. I still kind of have my money on Madison. I just want it to be Madison.
It's not going to be Madison because we see her in the future. If anything, it could be Zoe and Queenie because we don't see her walking in with them.
That's true.
Yeah, so I'm always wondering kind of like what happened to them. It's been 3 years, so
we'll see. Let us know in the comments below your theories and what you thought of this episode. Give it a thumbs up if you like American Horror Story, and we will see you next week around the same time for American Horror Story Apocalypse Season 8, Episode 7, Traitor. So tune back in.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.